we have to begin with a correction. I've got a big correction. You guys were right and I was wrong. Yes, Jennifer Lawrence actually is naked in No Hard Feelings. All you pervs who were scrutinizing her body in Red Sparrow and chimed in and said, that's actually her body. Why would you think it's not? You're correct. So in No Hard Feelings, there is a big nude beach fight scene.
A brawl.
A brawless brawl.
There you
go. Just something about the look of it, it just looked like an uncanny valley, kind of like that's her face on a stunt double's body. Just the way it's shot, the way it's edited, I'm like, that can't be real. Not that she wouldn't do it.
Sure.
She has integrity as an artist. Certainly she is devoted to her craft. And I have now seen interviews with her talking about how, yes, that was indeed me doing that. And my team, as she puts it, wisely suggested I should not. And I'm like, of course I'm going to do it. And so that is her body. So all of you who were kind enough to chime in the comments of our No Hard Feelings review, you are correct.
I will say in your defense, the way that it's shot, when you said it, I was like, oh, maybe you're right. Because it does, there is something about it. I can't put my finger on exactly what it is with the lighting or something. But if it indeed had turned out that they had, Kate Bosworth in Blue crushed her, I would have believed it. So, you were not insane for thinking that might have been the case.
I'm insane for other reasons, but not for that.
Yes, let's be very clear.
Yes. Anyway, so thank you all for your engagement
thank you,
for your
boob Twitter.
It's like WikiFeet, but for boobs. I'm in WikiFeet, by the way. Are you aware of that?
You have mentioned that. Yes.
I don't know why. I have the ugliest little hobbit feet, but sometimes I wore sandals on What the Flick.
Every pot has a lid, Christy.
I don't like my feet. Anyway, more important news. Speaking of No Hard Feelings, yes, we have some box office for you. The Flash is tanking, you guys. It dropped 73% in its second week. It's crazy. It has only made $211 million globally.
Yep.
What's going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of theories are floating around, obviously, but who knows? Maybe it's good news for Batgirl. I don't know. I never know how any of these things work. I was heartened to see that there was a pretty small drop for Elemental, because that's a movie that had a very, everybody's like, oh, disappointing opening weekend. Pixar has lost its touch, but it's hanging in there. It didn't beat out Spider-Verse for the weekend, which climbed to number one again.
Yeah.
But it dropped less than 35%. So it's like, okay, there are families out there who maybe don't rush out opening weekend, but do eventually catch up with these movies. It's not my favorite Pixar film, but I think it's pretty good, and I hope people check it out.
Yeah. And then this weekend we have Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, which will fill that spot for the family-friendly animated film. So I would hope the Elemental would have some legs. So we'll see. Yes, No Hard Feelings also opened. It opened soft, as they say. It only made $15 million. It opened in fourth place. Supposedly, this cost $45 million to make.
Well, all that CG work on, Jennifer Lawrence's
all those houses on Montauk that they had to
that's
rent
true.
out.
Yeah, that's not a cheap location. You can't pass off Vancouver for Montauk, I guess.
I think also all of the creamy cashmere sweaters that Matthew Broderick and Laura Benanti wear.
True. Maybe they bought them at the Row or something.
Right, they're very coastal chic sweaters. They look cheap, but they're not. So that happened. I don't know if people are going to, again, see No Hard Feelings all week long, and will it have legs? Who knows?
And will it be global, I think, is the other question, because, comedies don't necessarily always translate. But, Ms. Lawrence is, an international draw at this point after Hunger Games. So maybe overseas will pick up the slack. I don't know.
For sure. We have some honorary Oscar news.
Yeah.
Angela Bassett will finally get to do the thing. She'll get her Oscar, her honorary Oscar, alongside Mel Brooks.
And Michelle Satter from the Sundance Institute. And an editor who I'm embarrassed to say I'd never heard of before, but I'm sure she's great.
Yes. So what do you think about that? Do you think that the theory was really Angela Bassett should have won for Wakanda Forever and did not. And so let's give her this. Or is it like, was it always in the works and the timing just happens to work out that way? It looks sort of like, here's your consolation prize, Angela Bassett. Like, you've deserved this for a long time. And yay.
Yeah, I mean, look, who knows how these things work? My theory would be it's some combination of the two. Like, she was probably on a short list. And then after she actually got a competitive nomination last year, we were like, well, let's see how this plays out. And then when she didn't win, like, all right, move to the head of the class, you know. In either event, I'm sure, you know, it is overdue and it's great that they're doing it. I just wish that they included this in the Oscar telecast more than just a token sort of like, here's some footage from that night. Like, the speeches are invariably really good at the governor's ball. Mel Brooks is going to give a very funny speech. That should be part of the Oscar show next year.
Yeah, and whoever speaks for him, right? Because someone will introduce him, and that'll probably be whoever that is.
Absolutely.
So, yes. So, congrats to all of those folks.
Yes.
Do you want to stay in the Malibu Barbie house in actual Malibu? You can. There's a giant pink Barbie house in the hills in Malibu. You can stay there for a couple of nights, and it's a charity thing, right? Have you seen the pictures of this?
Yes, because it prompted the funniest tweet of the week. Did you see this one?
No.
Where somebody said, you guys, the Oppenheimer publicity team could do the funniest thing.
Oh, I'm sure they're pondering it. Yeah. So it's sitting out there. It's bright pink. It's got a pool.
It's pink from space.
Oh, my God. And so what it is you can put requests in starting at 10 a.m. Pacific on July 17th for 2 one-night stays for 2 guests. So you can put your request in. They'll pick a winner randomly. And then the nights are, well, coincidentally, the weekend that Barbie opens in theaters, July 21st and 22nd. Yeah, and supposedly it's a charity thing for Save the Children. So,
but if you can only walk around the house like this.
It's going to break the internet trying to get into that Barbie house.
If it's for charity, good.
Yeah, so that's coming up. Also, the dress that Carrie Fisher wears at the end of Star Wars was long thought to have been destroyed. But no, it has been found in an attic and restored, and it is up for auction now. Like, the online auction is going on right now, all this week. If I can figure out a link, I will put a link down below. It's estimated that it's going to go for like $2 million.
I believe it. Yeah. Sure.
This is the white dress she's wearing when she gives
the
Luke
medals
and Han and Chewbacca their medals at the end of Star Wars.
Does she give Chewbacca a medal? Isn't that a point of contention that she doesn't?
He's not wearing one. When they all turn around at the end, he's not wearing a medal.
Right. I mean, maybe it's just buried in his voluminous chest hair. You know,
it's lost in his fur. But anyway, so if you want to wear that dress, they painstakingly went and like redid all the fibers.
Cool.
So if you have $2 million lying around and you want to wear a very petite woman's dress from a very famous movie, it's out there.
Somebody can put it next to the white suit from Saturday Night Fever.